everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am recording, yes I am. So yeah, today I'll be doing a review of Hotel de Luna, which is a Korean TV show. I can't even say recently watched because I completed the show at least a good 2 months ago. Like, I should have at least a good 2 months ago done the review while, all fresh in my head, which is really bad of me. I should have immediately done it then, but I'm very late doing it now, so I just wanted to do a little review on the show. There's a few spoilers alerts as well, and yeah, I really wanted to make this review ages ago, but I can't believe I took that long to do it. I'm really bad. But yeah, so this is literally the trailer. I just thought just do a picture of the trailer. I mean, a little video still of the trailer of the show. But yeah, I really enjoyed this show. Like, it was another show where it's better than I thought it would be. I did want to check the show out in the first place anyway, because it was about ghosts, and I do love my ghosts. I love my horror stuff as it is. As I previously watched another Korean show which is called what was it called? Bring It On Ghost, which was a show from 2016, which which I watched as well this year, which I really enjoyed, and I did a review of that show as well, which is on this channel. So yeah, I really enjoyed that show as well. And one of the actors, what's his name again? I think his name's like Lee David, I think. Yeah, that's his name. He was also, if I could talk, he was in Bring It On Ghost, and he was also in Hotel de Luna as well. While playing the villain in this one, a completely different role from what he's playing in Bring It On Ghost. And he was also the same actor from It's One Class, which me and Luke really enjoyed. And I really enjoy this show so much. I just loved first of all, I didn't even know that was IU on the show. I had no clue until the second episode, when I googled the cast members' names, and I was like, I googled it, and then it told me that was IU on the show, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, that's her. I didn't even know she did acting. I just thought IU only sang. I really had no thought something. Oh my god, sorry, my own hair sticking up. But yeah, I had no clue that she acted as well, and I couldn't believe it. Throughout the whole show, her acting has just been brilliant. I could not believe she's came from singing. She's such a good actress. In this show, she's been so good. When she needs to be a bitch, she be's a bitch. When she, even there's times in the show when she comes across as very vulnerable, and and she's got vulnerable as well, and her acting was so good in these scenes as well. She can just do a bit of everything. She was so good. I really loved her on the show. She was one of the best parts of the show. And also, when she's happy, she's just good. She all these different emotions, she's just so brilliant at with her acting. I couldn't believe how good she was as an actress. It just shocked me. I was like, there's so many actors and actresses out there that have only done acting in their whole life, and they still can't act. And it just shocks me when also P.O., who was from Block B, was on the show as well, and he was a brilliant actor too. He could done all the emotional sad scenes. He was so good, his acting was, and when he needed to be happy and funny, he was just good at being that as well, and he could just really act too. And he's come from music too. It just intrigues me how these people that have come from music just seem to do a better acting job than people who actually come from acting. It just shocked me. It really shocked me, it did, when I watched the show. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, I loved him as well. He's one of my favourites on the show. He was so funny. As a hotel receptionist too, I was just like, how funny is this guy? And I was like, can't believe it's him from the Block B as well. And God, he was brilliant. So he proper made me laugh as well on the show, and I just couldn't believe it. I just but I just enjoyed this show. It took me a while to complete because the episodes are 1 hour. Did take me a while to complete, but I just enjoyed it so much. But one of my favourite things to do was when it was a weekend, have a glass of cider and then watch Hotel de Luna. It's just one of those shows that you feel like you have to have a glass of wine or a drink in your hand to watch. I just you just get those sort of vibes from the show. It's just such a brilliant show. I really enjoyed it, and I just loved the whole the way the hotel looked really pretty. All the editing and everything like that, they did such a good job, and it just looked beautiful as well. And outside, when they're showing outside the hotel, it just looked really pretty too. They've done such a good job. It kind of looked like one of IU's music videos herself, like all fairy tale and very pretty with the lights and everything. And that's what I loved. The show was just like really good quality, just really pretty. All the visuals were so nice of the show. Every time I watched it, I was like, wow, could this show be any prettier? I just really, really enjoyed it. And of course, God, I'm slowly. Oh, oh my God, what's his name? Geo Jin. Yeah, I can't say the name. Geo Jin, I'm guessing, who's playing the kind of like IU's love interest. I thought he was a really good actor as well. I really enjoyed him, and him and IU like together really, really like had great chemistry as well. They really worked well together, and it just makes me so sad, on the show when like she has to leave and like basically cross through the bridge and leave and go to heaven. And it's just so sad. They fall in love, and that scene really was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry any second. But I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. But it was really sad, the scene was, and I was just like, oh my God, this is just too sad. Like, and one thing I loved about the love story as well in the show, it wasn't too corny. I hate when love stories are too corny. That's when I don't feel sad at all. But it was just, but this love story, it was just done right. It was it's just done right. It just felt like a more normal relationship, which was good when they do finally start to like, fall in love. It just felt normal. It felt more normal than, the court, when it's like overly exaggerated in films sometimes and really corny. That's when you're like, oh no. But in this show, it didn't feel corny. It just felt normal, and that's what makes you a bit like, that's what, when she's got to go away, and it's really sad, and it kills you. It does. The ending did kill me a little bit because she's gone, and then he's just like, it's either on the last episode he pictures her there or she is there, something like that. But it's just still sad, and you're just like, why? What? But I think it was just done really well. And one thing I just love IU, she was just really funny as well. Like, she comes out with such like, she's like really moody. She comes out with like, she just doesn't care. She has no filter. She speaks her mind, and she makes you laugh with the like, the honest stuff that comes out of her mouth a lot of the time. But I'm pretty sure though, like with IU's character, of course, she's like lived for many years anyway. So I'm pretty sure if you were on this planet for that long, you'd be just as like moody. You'd be literally, anyone would be like that though. If they lived for that long, they'd be like that. Or, by now humans would have done your head in. I just thought IU was brilliant. Like her crazy fashion sense, her exaggerated outfits and everything like that. It was just so funny to watch on the show. I was like, she is proper Miss Extra in this role. Absolutely brilliant. I just loved IU so much on the show. Like she was my favourite character though. But all the characters are brilliant. Every single person on the show did amazing acting. And also I just loved, so I can't remember the actor's name. I'm so bad with names. He's basically playing Kim, who's like the Mr. Kim. I think she calls him Mr. Kim, don't she? I think so. I think someone calls him that. But he's like basically the bartender at the hotel. I love that actor too. I think he's such a brilliant actor, and I found him really funny too at times when he gets annoyed with IU and stuff. I just really enjoyed that. But yeah, I just loved, when they were doing like, of course, I just loved that the whole concept. I loved the idea of it. I loved that how ghosts can come to the hotel and stay there, and it's just so funny to watch. These ghosts just like, acting like they're on holiday in the hotel. It's really funny to watch at the same time, but also outside the hotel, you see them like helping out ghosts too, and discovering this and that, and of course, the main guy. What was his name? Why am I so bad with names? Oh my God, I'm really bad with names. I just had his name in my head and I already forgot. But also like when he finds out stuff about his mom, it's just like, really sad and everything. And also when like the villain comes in, of course. Oh my God, Lee David, I think the actor's name. Him when he finally comes into the show as well, and then when like he dies and creates more havoc as well, and you're just like, oh my God, you just, it did get a bit intense in them parts as well, and you're like, I don't know what is he gonna do next? I can't, what is it? You just don't know what he's gonna do next, but like they finally get rid of him anyway, which is like, thank God for that. But And I also love how much IU's characters are alcoholic as well. It's so funny how much she loves to drink. And I just enjoyed IU when they showed her in the samurai times as well. And I did find that part really interesting where the main guy, I can't remember his name, played by the actor Yuro Jin. When he like has visions of her past, like he keeps dreaming about her past in his head, and then she's just like, what? Why is he like, why is that coming all to his head and everything? But yeah, I just loved doing like when they kept showing her in the samurai times as well. It was really interesting to watch the story in them times too, and how the hotel started as well with her, and then eventually as the show goes on, you find out that she has to stay attached to the hotel, which was really interesting, which made sense why she's been on the planet for so long. But then yeah, all this, and then the poor kid, poor kid, you feel sorry for him at the same time because you're like, oh my god, just because of his dad making one mistake, IU's just made, of course, made him like punished him to work at the hotel years later when he's old enough to work, and it's just like poor little kid. He's got like, poor kid, he's got to like work there once he gets to like 20, and it's just like, oh, bless him. Like he went all the way to uni, and he wanted to like do something else. He went to university. He wanted to do something else, but then of course she's like, you're gonna work at my hotel, trying to get him to work there. But she eventually does anyway, and it's quite funny. I think those scenes are really funny as well when she's trying to like get him to like come to work there. They're like some brilliant scenes in that part as well. And then he eventually joins the hotel. Then he eventually enjoys working there anyway. He just fits right in, and he's really good at his job immediately. And I also love Def. The guy who played Def was so funny. Oh my god, I really enjoy them scenes with him as well. And but yeah, sorry, a bit out of breath now. I've just been talking forever already. But yeah, I love them scenes as well. When he came into the show, he's just really, every time he made an appearance, it was so funny. And I noticed as episodes went on, he started to come into the show more, and I was like, thank God for that, because I actually find him a really good character, really just like a really fun character. At the same time, but then he's so intimidating too. And yeah, also it was really sad how like I only realised like sort of afterwards, Sully was on one of the episodes. As well, 1 or 2 episodes Sully came on, and who was from FX, and it was just like, it's just really sad. Like that was probably one of her last few like roles she probably did before what happened to her. And it's just so, yeah, you also like, you just think about, think about it, about stuff like that as well. It was just sad. I only realised afterwards it was Sully on the episode, but yeah, but I enjoyed it. But I loved the episode that she came in as well. I enjoyed that episode too. And oh my god, it's just such an interesting show. Like it really developed overall. I really enjoyed the show. Like everyone's acting was good. The story was so interesting as well. Like watching the story unfold, and all this every stuff from IU's past as well, getting shown. IU's character, sorry, Manuel, sorry, I keep calling it IU, but Manuel's character, like, really really developing throughout, and I just really enjoyed the character development of everyone literally on the show, and showing all their pasts as well. And but yeah, showing all their pasts and everything. And also, what's her name again, the actress, I like the actress who played, I think, Mrs. Cho or something, I think her name is. But I really liked her as well, who worked at the hotel, and it was brilliant to watch her past what they did to her child when in the old times, what they did, basically what they done. And you could tell why she was the way she was because of what happened. And it's just so interesting to see their stories. Every character really had a big role to play on the show, and I just enjoyed this show more than anything. I just wanted to check it out, but I ended up just really enjoying it. I couldn't leave it alone. I was just binge watching throughout it, and then when it finished, I was like, oh, does it have to finish? I was like, oh, can't it have another series or something? But it might have another series, because on the last episode they did have the actor from It's Okay Not to Be Okay, like running a new hotel called Blue Moon or something. So I'm like really interested to see, like, if they do another series or something. So I just like the whole concept and idea of it already. So I think I get a feeling they could actually work with that and put another series in. I I really do get that feeling, but yeah, I just, oh, what a show. I'm just sad it ended. I really am. I even tweeted about it when I, finished the series off. Um, but yeah, currently what am I watching now? What am I currently watching? So I currently watched. Um, so yeah, I'm currently in the middle of watching. It's okay not to be okay. So I need to like complete that show as well. And what other shows I've got? I've got to catch up with some more shows. I just need to have a look through some more shows as well. Currently in the middle of like Jane the Virgin, as well. What else am I watching? Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf, which can be alright sometimes, but sometimes it's just made for like teens. But yeah, trying to think what else. Oh yeah, and I'm binge watching through Sister Sister as well on Netflix. So most of the shows I'm watching are literally on Netflix. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, Hotel de Luna is a brilliant show. I definitely recommend watching it. I get a feeling it might be still on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure, but because I haven't watched it for 2 months, but it might. I think it might be still on Netflix. But I definitely recommend watching the show. Actually, I've like gave the spoil. Actually, what am I on about? I've like spoiled the show because it's spoilers alert anyway. What am I on about? But yeah, those hopefully everyone else out there really enjoyed the show as well as much as I did. But yeah, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe, and to both mine and Luke's channels, and follow us on our social medias as well. And thank you so much for watching, and see you all soon.